Hey folks, Jim here, aka Pal of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer magazine update video. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, drop me a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys. It goes a massive way to helping out the channel too. Now, if you've seen it recently, obviously the full list of what we're going to get with contents wise for Warhammer Stormbringer has been revealed. It was leaked by a Spanish website. The list has been around for a little while in all honesty, and Warhammer have pretty much confirmed everything we're going to get. There are some really cool things in this, and I am breaking it down into bite-sized chunks to make it easier for me and for you guys to kind of plan out what we're going to buy a little bit easier. And we've got some really good stuff, so if you haven't seen it and you want to check out what we're getting all the way up to issue 30, by all means click the link and have a look on the channel and you can't miss it. If you want to see what we're getting all the way up to issue 41, which was the last video, by all means click that link and away we go. But otherwise, if you're up to date on these videos and you want to know what's coming between issues 41 all the way through to 50, this is the place to be. Now, going straight into it, issue 41 and 40, well 40 and 41 should I say, the parts 1 and parts 2 of the Spirit of Durfu, or Tree Lord or Tree Lord Ancient, whichever one you want to do, from a Sylvaneth range. Really good kit in all honesty. One that some people might want to pick up a couple of these because big kit, really good stuff, genuinely lovely mini. Yeah, even I'm tempted to pick up a couple. I'm not a Sylvaneth player. I don't really intend to be a Sylvaneth player, but I do like the idea of having both the Spirit of Durfu and the Tree Lord, in all honesty, just for a laugh, because, you know, why not? But anyway, moving on to the next one, issue 42 is another Warhammer Underworlds warband. This is a discontinued warband as well. This is Molog's Mob for the Gloomspite Gits. This one has a Trogoth. We get some mushroom things, some squig things, and yeah, they're cool. I do like this kit. Now, I do genuinely have a love for any of the Underworld's warbands anyway, so this is really cool and a lovely bit of kit as well. Fully sculpted bases, all the minis are unique, you don't see them anywhere else, but yeah, genuinely lovely. So I must admit, I will definitely be getting my hands on this because it's cool, and yeah, one of the warbands I've always kind of wanted as well, in all honesty. Moving on to issue 43, we get Tree Revenants for the Sylvaneth range. This is actually really good value. This is good value for money. So we get 5 Tree Revenants, which is 1 unit. You genuinely only get 5 in a box anyway, so for £9 you're saving about £23, which is really cool. If that's a bargain, it's a super bargain. Why anybody would not want to get these is a mystery. They're pretty good units, they're very unique, and yeah, I'm looking forward to them. They're very cool, they have a bit of a unique look to them, and I think I know how I'm going to paint them as well, which is unusual for me. I normally have no idea until I get them, so yeah, I have an idea. But really good stuff. Now, issue 44, we go over to a paint issue. Now, the thing with this list is we don't know what paints are coming and when. However, this will be a paint issue, so we get 2 pots of paint. With this issue, we also get a new synthetic layer brush. Now, so if you're fairly new to the hobby and you don't have many brushes, this issue is actually fairly decent because you get yourself a new brush out of it. This will be the fourth brush, I think it might be. I don't even know, I can't even remember anymore. It's a synthetic brush. Now, I'm not a big fan of synthetic brushes. I do use them occasionally, but I use them very sparingly. The Games Workshop ones aren't too bad, so I will give them that. They're pretty good. However, you know, I do prefer the kind of sable brushes if you can afford them, or Klonsky or anything like that. But yeah, it's just if you can afford them. But this isn't a bad deal. 2 pots of paint and a brush is actually a bargain, so not too bad for £9. Issue 45, we go back to more Gloomspite kits. We get the Fanatics. Now, the Fanatics, obviously they are carrying these big massive boulders and maces. They spin round, launch them, sometimes without letting them go, so they go skyward and crashing into things. They're weird, they're funny. They even have a little curled up grot who's may very well be dead on a base, which is quite funny and just interesting. Very quirky unit. So, must admit, I've used these in when I've been playing on things like Total War. They're just bonkers. They're just weird, bonkers little buggers that don't do a lot of damage, but they're quite funny. They're really, really funny to watch. So, yeah, it fits in with the theme of the Gloomspite Gets, which is always good. Moving on to issue 46, we go back to the Sylvaneth. We get a Branch Witch. Now, I like the Branch Witch. It's a pretty cool mini. It's part of things like the Start Collecting Sylvaneth box. It's, yeah, you can find it on other websites. It's not really on Games Workshop's website anymore, but it's not a bad unit. It's a Sylvaneth unit with a pretty cool sickle and, yeah, a weird bug thing on its back because, yeah, nature and stuff. So, but yeah, really good unit. Issue 47, we go back to good old terrain, which is pretty cool. And this one, I must admit, I like this bit of terrain. It is the Nexus Siphon. Now, this is a new kit since Dominion. All these Nexus Siphons, basically the way they work, if you follow the novels, the Nexus Siphons are put on ley lines and these kind of Nexus points, and they're built on them. The towns and cities of Sigmar are built around them to contain the power, and the Nexus Siphon helps draw some of the magical energies out. These magical energies are then filtered into Watcher statues, which help defend these cities and other magical apparatus, and yeah, it kind of creates it from there. They're different, they're weird, they have a unique look to them. I kind of want this kit. I might get a couple of them because it's just weird, and isn't it really? It's but yeah, it does good, and yeah, why not? Because, you know, why not? Anywho, into issue 48. Now, issue 48 is one I'm looking forward to. This one is more Gloomspite Gits. Quite fun. This just includes a sprue to make 5 instead of 10 as per usual, because 5 is a unit and 10 is 2 units. But they're quite fun. This is the Boing Grot Bounders. They can also be made in squig hoppers apparently as well. But these are quite fun. I like these guys. They're quite funny. They're quite quirky. And yeah, they're like essentially grots on the back of squigs that are trying to joust. That is the best way I can describe them. But squigs being squigs, yeah, a bit all over the place, a bit teetering, and the grots look like they're holding on for dear life, which they probably would be as well, because yeah, it's just different. But genuinely a pretty cool kit, so I quite like it. Issue 49 is more Sylvaneth. We get Spite Revenants, which are kind of these tree things that have this sprites coming out of them, and yeah, they look etheric. They look very different, and yeah, pretty good. I do kind of like them. They're alright. They're not too bad of a unit, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, how we can go about painting them up at some point. I think I have an idea, but not too sure. But they're not too bad of a unit, so pretty good stuff there. Issue 50, and this is where we'll leave this video, is a paint issue. So we get 2 paints, and we also get a medium texture spreader. So obviously the texture spreaders have been given out with these magazines at all times. So it's a plastic tool that you use to kind of spread texture paints on bases. I'm guessing one of the paints we get in this issue then is going to be a texture paint personally. Whether it is, I reckon it'll be Sterling Mud in all honesty, because that's more fitting for the Age of Sigmar and these kind of marshy, muddy terrains that you would get in places like the Land of Beasts. So yeah, but it's not too bad, it's pretty good. Yeah, it'll be usable, that's the main thing about it. And genuinely that is it. So, not too bad. So we had a decent set of units in this kind of group of 10. Obviously, the way this normally works is the middle magazines aren't always the best. So, issues 30 through to 40 were some really good issues. The issues through to 40 through to 50 are a little bit mixed, and I do have mixed feelings about them. So there are some really good stuff in there with Molog's Mob. We get the good old Boingot Bounders. The Nexus Siphon is a pretty good bit of terrain, and the Branch Witch and stuff like that. But it's a little bit hit and miss. So I imagine some people will love some certain issues, and yeah, that's about it really. But otherwise, it's not too bad. Obviously, we've got a lot to look forward to, and catch me in the next one for that one. So, without further ado, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you sometime soon where we go through issues 51 through to 60, and yeah, why not? Have a good one. See you in a bit. Bye bye.